You know what I got to do? I got to start off with a smile. You know, I missed the week. I missed you all. It's been a week since I've been on my live. Let me wipe my camera off on my computer here. And I've been restructuring some things. So, hello to everybody. Happy, magical, magnificent, marvelous, motivational Monday. Hopefully, you had a great start of you having a great start of your day. The week is just starting. Technically, Sunday starts the week. But a lot of people, say that, hey, Monday starts the week, right? So hopefully you had a great start of your day. Hopefully you had a great weekend. This weekend was a very emotional weekend, to say the least. My sister's father passed away, so we were doing all of that. So shout out to the Jones family, and the loss of a dad, a father, a brother, a uncle, nephew, all of that, all the things that he was. So just dealing with that, and shout out to my sister, my mother, and all the things that they got going on. So today I'm talking about real quick because I got an appointment at 12:30. But you know, do you know your assignment? I've been hearing this a lot especially this past year, and this year is almost up. We only have like a month and a half left of 2023 almost. Next week is Thanksgiving week. Time is just moving by. And a lot of people are preparing for the holidays. A lot of people love to enjoy this time. And, a lot of times we get lost in the sauce and don't think about what our next steps and our next moves are, because if you are a business minded or you're a business owner, you already have 2024 planned. And a lot of people like to just live for today, and I understand that, but you have to realize that living for today is living in the moment only, and you're not planning for the future. So in order for you to do that, you have to know your assignment, you have to know your purpose. And I had a hard time doing that because I wasn't clear on what I wanted to do. When I first became an entrepreneur, I'm an educator. I'm in my classroom right now. And I'm going to talk about that in a second. When I became an entrepreneur, I took on so many things at one time because I have a lot of talents, you know. So I got pulled and in different directions, excuse me, because it seemed like it fit, but it only fit because I was chasing the money. And it wasn't my assignment. That's why it never worked. I knew exactly what I wanted to do. I knew exactly how I wanted to do it. In a sense, I didn't have the proper knowledge and the proper people around me to put forth that effort of what I want to do, which is Exquisite Dreams Properties, which is my real estate investment company. But I always was running from being an educator. But it just kept pulling me back. I have always been an educator, even when I was in elementary school. I was always the one who helped everybody with their work. I used to get in trouble because I would never give you my paper. First and foremost, you're not gonna just copy from me, but I'll teach you how to do it. And I was always like that as a kid, and I wanted to do a lot of different things in my life. And I ended up getting a job as a substitute teacher after 9/11 hit. I graduated from Michigan State, so go green. Um, I graduated from Michigan State in 2003. And when 9/11 hit, I had got a degree in supply chain management, which I don't understand why I did that because supply chain is boring. I had and I'm an outgoing person. I'm an ambivert. So I can be introverted and I can be extroverted, but I'm more extroverted than introverted. And I couldn't see myself sitting there every single day looking at spreadsheets and working 80 hours a week and only had time to commingle with my coworkers and marry my coworkers. Everybody married each other. Everybody was together. Like it was like really weird type of culture. Now Toyota is a good company to work for. And don't get me wrong. They have great benefits and great pay because they paid us well as interns. But that wasn't the life I wanted to live. I knew that wasn't what was. I knew that wasn't my assignment. Being in corporate America in that realm. Um, and every time I tried to get a job in there, I got blocked. And a lot of times we think of things, doors shutting and things getting blocked as a a punishment, or that we're not succeeding or we're failing. But is it your purpose? Is it your assignment? Is that where you're supposed to be, or is it that you're trying to force yourself in a door that's not fit for you? And I was trying to force myself into doors that were not fit for me. I've done it multiple times, chasing money. And a lot of times we do that because we're chasing money. We try to fit ourselves inside of doors and try to fit ourselves inside of places and spaces when we don't fit because we are chasing money. Because somebody told us you can make a lot of money here, or it seemed like you make a lot of money there, and we miss our assignment because it looks like our purpose and our assignment doesn't make the money that we want. But I realized this the other day because I kept running for education. I've been an educator for 15 years. And hello to everybody. Matter of fact, I didn't speak. I just talk, y'all. So show me some love in the comments. How everybody doing today? But I always try to run for education because I was not in the right situations. I've always been in tough situations, and I felt like this is not for me. I can't, I need to get away from this, excuse me, or whatever the case may be. But every time I tried to run away, it pulled me right back in. And when I became an entrepreneur, I tried to grab a hold of all these different things that's going to make me money. And I felt overwhelmed and I felt like I was all over the place. And then it just spiraled out of control. And now then I came to a realization like, okay, none of this stuff is fitting. None of this stuff is working because I'm trying to fit myself inside these doors that are not for me and they're getting blocked. And I didn't realize that until I started talking to mentors. I have shout out to Coach Ariana. She is the one that really made me sit down and she asked me the tough questions. She asked me first and foremost, who are you? And I started spouting off all these things. I'm a realtor. She said, who are you? And deep down inside, I knew exactly what she was asking me, but I wanted to fit all of these things that I have did into, all the things to who I am. But all in all, my assignment is to educate. And every time I tried to run from education, it's the only door that opened. That's the crazy part. I have 3 degrees, not trying to brag or anything like that. I have bachelor's and 2 masters. And I have a master's in education from Wayne State University. So shout out to Wayne State. Every time I tried to change and do something different, the doors kept closing. I can be on the brink of something happening. I can be on the brink of getting a job in a different field, and it always shuts down. I had an internship at Thomas and Betts. They loved me. They loved me in the interview. And this is the first time that I had an HR manager call me physically and sounding upset that they didn't choose me. That door kept closing. Um, I had a job interview with Mimeo. Manager loved me. Second interview, killed it. HR manager wouldn't hire me because, of course, I'm 5'10". I'm not a big, I'm not a small, woman. And sometimes people say I'm intimidating, right? Whatever that means. So I never fit in a box where there is always somebody who felt like I was a threat. So that I had the manager seek out my broker because I'm a real estate agent too. He seeked out my broker to get my phone number to call me and say they didn't hire you. I really wish they would have. But that door kept closing. And when I moved from Memphis, because I've been trying to get it, go back, to work, whatever. Even in Memphis, when I tried to get a teaching job, door kept closing. Nobody would hire me. I even went down to HR to try to figure out what's going on. And every time it was something frivolous, I did what they asked me to do. The door kept closing, right? So I said, okay, well, maybe education is not it either. So what is my assignment, Lord? So talking to Ariana, Coach Ari, she said, she asked me that question, and what came to me, I'm an educator. I am. I just haven't been in the right situations. And when I had moved here, back to Detroit, so what up, though, to all my Detroit people? Um, this was was looking for a job because I had to restart my business over again. I'm revamping. So I had to make sure that I had some income coming in so I could support myself and my daughter, of course. So the first person I talked to was a basketball coach. Me and him, we've been friends for years. And, you know, I was like, well, I wasn't thinking, he's a principal. And I wasn't thinking about asking him for a job because I was just asking him, if you know anybody that's hiring, just let me know because I'm going to get my teaching license and everything back here. First of all, it took me I filled out the paperwork for my Michigan teaching license, paid the money. Within 3 hours, they sent me an email with my certificate. I was like, wow, they really need some teachers here then, right? Um, and I didn't want to because there's so many other things that I can do. I didn't want to walk through these doors again. I had vowed when I had quit in October 2020, I would never be an educator again. But this was one of the smoothest, easiest jobs I've ever received. These are some of the best children I've ever taught. This has been one of the stressless, if that's a word, it's not, but I made it up. One of the stressless jobs I've had. But I still was unsatisfied because I'm not making the money that I feel like I'm worth. Right. Then I was walking through the hallways and I had a revelation. And I said, this is your assignment. This is where you're supposed to be. Just clear as day. And I had to just, excuse me, eat that and say, I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. It might not be, or it's not in the shape and the form in which I wanted it to be, but it happened too smoothly for it not to be where I'm supposed to be. Now, like I said, I'm not getting paid like I feel like I'm worth. But what does that actually mean? I'm not getting paid the money that I want to make at this present time. And I feel like God put me in this situation because he knows I'm impatient, for one. How many of you have been patient? Drop some flames in the comments if you're impatient. Number two, he knew that I was going against and being undisciplined from his word because he told me I was an educator a long time ago. And number three, these children need me. Now, the pay is going to come because I'm walking in my purpose and I'm walking in my assignment. It's not, and it frees me up to be able to do the other things that I know that I am, which I am a financial educator. I've been educating people I've been educating people as an entrepreneur this whole time. From my experiences as a homeowner, from my experiences, from my terrible financial education, my terrible financial IQ, to the things that I've learned from mentors, the things I take a real estate and a business class, a stock class. I read and listen to stuff every single day. I eat knowledge. And it's because I'm supposed to spit it back out and help other people and serve other people. And I kept walking away from my assignment. So the question is, what is your assignment? And I had to ask myself this question because, like I said, it's not shaped and formed in the way that I want it or how I see it or how I thought it should be. But when I walking in this light and walking in this purpose and walking in my assignment is going to open up more doors for me to do exactly what I'm supposed to be, which is a financial educator. This is getting me back into the fold of speaking again, presenting again, being able to understand different facets of personalities, being able to convey information and break it down so that people can understand it on different levels. I understand what my assignment is now. I had to go come back and refresh myself and get prepared for where it's going to take me. And I had to realize that when talking to my mentor and also just listening and being disciplined to God, because I wasn't going to take this job at first. I'm not going to lie, because I'm like, I can get a better job somewhere else. I can make more money somewhere else. Like I said, I got 3 degrees, right? You know, who with 3 degrees would take, I'm not going to say what my salary is because I'm grateful, because it could be, it's people that want to make as much as I make. But, and people don't, it won't ever make as much as I make as far as the salary is concerned. So I'm grateful. But because I've been doing this for so long and because of the education that I have, I felt like I should be paid more. But who am I to say that I'm not getting what I need for right now that's going to help me propel to the next level? Because I am affirming that my yearly salary is my weekly salary. How about that? But in order for me to be able to embrace that, I have to be able to take care of this in this moment. And if I'm not taking care of this, how can God trust me with more? I'm not appreciative of what I have right now. I'm not taking care of what I have right now. I'm not, being a good steward of what I have right now. So why would I be given more? And I had to realize that it's not that I'm not making enough money. It's that I'm not making the right financial decisions to make what I have work right now to build on what I have right now. Because you're supposed to pay yourself first. And because I know that, it's intimidating when you pay yourself first because you have bills here, bills there, bills everywhere. But I learned that paying myself first and putting it towards something that's going to pay me even more will help me be able to pay those bills. But it's scary. And excuse me, I don't know what's going on with my throat. It's scary. It's terrifying because what we have been learned, what we have learned and what we have learned and what we've been taught is pay your bills. You got to pay your bills. They're going to come get you. You got to pay your bills. But nobody had ever taught us how to pay ourselves first in order. And I'm not talking about going and buying something material. I'm talking about paying yourself first and investing in yourself so that you can take that and have more money to be able to pay everybody without having it being a problem. Because a lot of times when people think of paying themselves, they think of, oh, I'm going to go out and buy that dress, those shoes, that jacket, those jewelry, whatever. And that's all good and dandy. But you have to also understand that paying yourself first means savings, investing. What are you investing in? What are you interested in? I'm about to buy a REIT. I've been eyeing this REIT, which is a real estate investment trust. So those of you that don't want to own real estate, you can invest in real estate investment trusts. They call REITs. They're on the stock market because people are always going to need somewhere to lease and operate their businesses. Coca-Cola, the malls, all these different places lease those buildings. They don't own them. So who owns them? Real estate investment trust, all of these people that own these commercial buildings. So I'm taking the opportunity to invest. I paid myself to invest in this REIT. I also took the opportunity to invest in CreatorCon, which is a thing that's going on here in Detroit on Wednesday. I'm going to that because I feel like I need to be in a place, in a space with like-minded individuals and network like crazy. So that's where I'm going to be on Wednesday. I invested in myself because that money that I spent, I know it's going to turn over with the network that I'm about to build here. A lot of times we get scared of investing in ourselves and paying ourselves first because we don't feel like the return is going to be fruitful. Now, it might not turn around as quickly as you want, but I've talked to so many people that be like, listen, I didn't invest in $100 and turn that $100. Hey, Joy, turn that $100 into $1,000. I've taken $1,000, excuse me, because they invested in education. They took that $1,000, went to a seminar, went to, something that was with like-minded individuals, took that $1,000 and made $1,000,000, $100,000. It can happen if you do the things that you're supposed to do in order to execute what you learn. And that saying of your network is your net worth, that is not cliche, because I've had so many doors and opportunities open up for me because of the places and spaces that I chose to be in with like-minded individuals. People have helped me. People have given me classes. People have invested in me. People have put me in networks and places and spaces that I didn't even think that I would ever be in. I've networked with a billionaire. I'm nowhere near that. I will be, but I'm nowhere near that. But because of the people that I network with, I was able to be in that room and get one-on-one conversation with a billionaire. How many people can really say that? So you have to understand that paying yourself first, it may not come back to you like you think that it should monetarily all the time, but it will. But investing in yourself, investing in your education is how you elevate. We miss the mark on the elevation part because we don't invest in the education part. The education, the generational knowledge is what gives you the generational wealth. You can't have one without the other. You just accepted a job in Detroit and able to get 75% off on the train limit. Okay. Well, congratulations. Congratulations. Yeah, the land bank here is a beast. Land bank in Detroit is a beast. I need to definitely tap in. But yeah, let's since you're gonna be here, let's get together, Joy. Let's go. So that's what I'm saying. Like, your network is your net worth. Invest in education, because how are you going to walk in your purpose and know your assignment if you don't invest in the education? You don't invest in the proper people and proper mentors to get you there. So I just wanted to ask you, do you know your assignment? It might not be packaged up like you want it, but are you in a moment where you're trying to figure it out, but you feel like you shouldn't be where you're supposed to be, and you know somewhere you're supposed to be, but you're scared to do it because you're scared to see what happens? You're keeping yourself from your assignment, because our gut is our first brain. Our gut tells us, well, gives the signal to our brain to let us know what we should do next, if we're hungry, we're thirsty, all of those different things. We have to be able to understand and trust our gut. Yes, yes, know your assignment. I had to learn mine. I'm an educator, and I had to realize that. I'm an educator. I got to stop running from it, because every time I ran from it, the doors kept closing and they would not open. But every time I embraced being an educator, every door opened for me. So I bid you adieu. I got an appointment that I got a credit repair client that I'm educated, financial educator. That's what I am. That's my new thing there. I'm still a realtor. I still do business funding. I still do all of that. But my whole focus right now is walking in my assignment, which is being an educator, a financial educator, and an educator to all these wonderful, beautiful children that I see every single day. So I'm embracing it. Embrace your assignment and watch when you embrace your assignment, Watch how your life change and watch the doors open. All right. So I bid you adieu. I'll see you tomorrow again, coming back again. Um, and yeah, let's get it. Let's go after our assignment, our living purpose driven lives, and get that knowledge that we need in order to make the money that we want. All right. See you later. Have a blessed day.